Mighty Cats Productions proudly presents Dirty Harry, Shoot to Kill Suicide Hotline.
Yeah? Okay. Well, the first thing is you want to make sure you got a really strong rope. They got some really nice ones on sale at Walmart right now. And while you're there, pick up a tube of grease. You want to make sure you have a good clean snap. Yeah, the last thing you want is to be dangling and squirming on the end of the rope for about 5 minutes. I mean, you won't even be able to scream for help. Yeah, I mean, if you go through all that trouble, you want to have positive results. Well, yeah, you can try doing it with a car. What kind of car do you have, sir? Oh, that's a great vehicle. Yeah, it gets great mileage. Okay, well, you're only going to need about 3 gallons of gas, and make sure you sit on the passenger seat. Well, yeah, because if you slump forward, you don't want your head to hit on the horn. That could ruin everything for you, and, you know, after going through all that trouble, I mean, you don't want to be disappointed. Okay, okay, bye. Okay, welcome to the hotline. Glad you could join us today. And while we're waiting for our next caller, looking at this magazine, I found a couple of articles that I would like to share with you and point out a few informative articles that you might find interesting and helpful. A lot of people use medical marijuana. Not me. I'm waiting for medical morphine. This first one is a recall on a drug called Swellidol, known to cause enlarged breasts in men. And I think probably the women should be taking this one. Okay, looks like this next recall is on transvaginal mesh for women. My girlfriend is actually suing them for pain and suffering that resulted from using it. Hell, I'm the one that should be suing for pain and suffering. The end of my penis looks like I was trying to have sex with a barbed wire fence. One night, after we had sex, I ended up going to the emergency. And after I was treated, they started asking me questions like, do I live near a sheep farm? Excuse me? What? Now I think this next product recall item, both men and women will probably be interested in. Penile implants. So if you or a loved one, and I do mean loved one, has been injured or hurt or suffered serious groin injury while having intercourse, you might be eligible for compensation. Brand names include products like Tall Boy, 12-inch Johnny, and Jack the Ripper. So if you've been injured, please call the law offices of Babcock, Badcock, Big Cock, and Woodcock today and see if you might qualify for a settlement. Hello? No, I'm sorry. This is not the Love of Life Spiritual Happiness Center. I think you have the wrong number. Okay, bye. You know, I've been told that laughter is the best medicine. And that's good news if you don't have health insurance. But I'm not sure if it's true. I heard a really funny joke one time, and I almost died laughing. When I got out of the hospital, my doctor told me, from now on, if I hear a really funny joke, to call him right away. But unlike drugs, at least laughter does not have any long-term side effects. Like fatigue, nausea, anxiety, blurry vision, ringing of the ears, cardiac arrest, pulmonary embolism, high blood pressure, low sugar, high cholesterol, low self-esteem, frequent urination, coughing, diarrhea, constipation, swelling of the tongue, rashes, itchy skin, lumps on your neck, lumps everywhere else, inflammation, gout, athlete's foot, headaches, herpes, crabs, syphilis, hepatitis, vomiting, kidney failure, blood clots, diabetes, ulcers, carpal tunnel, prolonged erections, fever, upset stomach, muscle cramps, impotence, arthritis, nosebleeds, hair loss, runny nose, dementia, depression, rigor mortis, you smell like a corpse, or thoughts of suicide. Okay, it looks like we got another caller. Good morning, you're on the hotline. How's it going? Well, great. You sound happy. Well, I guess sometimes it is. What do you do for a living? Okay, well, maybe we can help you today. You're not a crackhead, are you?
It's difficult for me to say.
Well, go ahead. What do you want to say?
What's the pocket of my neighbor?
Well, why can't you get along with your neighbor?
Chicken shit fucking pussy asshole.
Well, what did your neighbor say to you to make you so angry?
I really don't like you. And I never really did.
Okay, well, I guess your neighbor doesn't like you. What did you say?
Get the fuck out of here!
Well, if you have any more problems with your neighbor, maybe you should just call the police department.
I'm not giving a fuck about this.
Well, you don't want a situation like this to drive you to suicide. Maybe you should get a hobby.
What kind of babbling bullshit is this?
Well, my advice to you is I wouldn't worry about your neighbor, and I would just concentrate on trying to get laid.
Man, the truth.
Okay, thanks for calling the hotline. Before you go, is there anything else you'd like to say?
You might see Richie! Huh?
All right, who the hell is Richie?
Chicken shit fucking pussy asshole.
Okay, well, good luck to you, sir, and thanks for calling the hotline. Man, these people really need to get laid. Anyway, does anybody remember dueling? I really miss that. Instead of going to court on Judge Judy, you would just face off, and I think it would make a great reality show. You know, Gilligan's Dueling Island. Oh well, just a thought. You know, I've been told that I am well endowed. Before I ended up here, I was desperate for work one time. So I agreed to do a quick porno movie, you know, to make a fast buck. My stage name was Harry Longfellow. I guess that's how I got my nickname Dirty Harry. I played the part of a gladiator in ancient Rome named Penetration Maximus. Hey, oh well, you gotta do what you gotta do. My girlfriend has kind of a weight problem. Her favorite dessert is 100-pound cake. The other day, my girlfriend asked me to take her to the mall so she could get a new bra. She has great tits. One chocolate, one vanilla. So I drove her down to just for tits, but she couldn't find anything she liked, so Then I took her down to Tits R Us. While she was browsing, she came across a bra with one double D cup and one double A cup. Hey, I guess it happens. You're on the assembly line and double D Betty goes to lunch, and then they do a production change and double A Annie takes over. Presto, one bra with one double D cup, one double A cup. Hey, it happens. You never know, some lady just might need a bra with a spare cup. So anyway, she finally found the right one, and we were going out that night to celebrate our anniversary, and we decided to really paint the town red. So before we went to dinner, we stopped at Homeless Depot, and we got 10 gallons of Douche Boy No. 4 red paint and a new paint sprayer. Well, anyway, about 3 a.m. that night, we were arrested about 4 blocks away from where we had started for vandalism, destruction of public property, and operating with an expired contractor's license. Okay, we've got another caller on the hotline. Do you have any questions? Go ahead.
How do I know this is not some kind of a scam?
Sir, this is not a scam. We try to help those who might be contemplating suicide. What's your name? What can we do for you?
I'm a Terminator.
Sir, I'm not sure if I got that. You're what?
I'm a Terminator. Trust me.
Okay, it sounds like we might have another crackhead on the line. Can we help you?
I sorted out that.
Sir, I believe you have called in once before and you went to see a psychologist. What was his opinion?
This man is totally insane.
Okay, I see. And how did you respond to that?
How touching.
Okay, well, let's move on then. Do you have a girlfriend?
I'm going to do another program.
And what is her name?
Sarah.
Oh, okay, her name sounds kind of familiar to me. Let me ask you, sir, what are you looking for, and what do you need from me today?
I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
Oh my God, sir, I don't have a motorcycle, and you really need to get off the crap. It really sounds like you're really losing it.
You're right. How do you know? It's not what you think it is. I know parts of this are going to sound completely ridiculous.
Okay, sir, go ahead. We're going to give you about 1 more minute.
My mission is to protect you.
All right, and who told you to protect me?
You did. 35 years from now, you reprogrammed me to be your protector here. This time.
All right, that's enough. This is getting just a little too weird, even for me. Sir, is there anything else you need?
I need a vacation.
Sir, if I tell you you have just won a free vacation, will you promise to hang up right now?
I'm going by this. Big one.
Okay, well, you're in luck. And because you're our third caller today, you have just won an all-expenses paid vacation, 4 days, 10 nights, including hotel and air for 2, with all accommodations to a beautiful South Seas island. Enjoy swimming, boating, fishing, and fine foods. There's only one thing you should know. Well, it's a leprechaun. But don't be alarmed. You also get, at no extra charge, free poolside IV bags. And the lifeguard is also a trained nurse. And any blisters or contusions that you might develop will be covered absolutely free, along with antibiotics, blood transfusion, and all ambulance service is free. How does that sound?
I won't miss it. How's that?
Okay then, well, thanks for calling in and have a nice trip. Man, we have got to start screening these calls. I grew up in a tough neighborhood in Brooklyn. One day I was at the park and I met this girl. After I got to talk to her for a bit, I said, you know, I'm a real sex machine. And she said, yeah? Well, I'm calling the cops. You're a sex offender. Relationships are so complicated these days. I met this high-class hooker, and she actually wanted to run my credit. I said, you're kidding, right? She said, well, don't you want to score? Yeah, right. But that's not the kind of score I was looking forward to. I'll bet she only has a 69 FICO herself. Anyway, we would only go to the park during the day. It was too dangerous to go at night. Only on Halloween would we go there at night. You could always find a body, and it wasn't hard. All you had to do was listen for what direction the gunshots and the screams came from. Sometimes there were so many bodies you could trip over them. You needed a flashlight. Hell, we would just follow the people walking their cadaver dogs. Anyway, when I was 18, I got a free college education. I wanted to go to Penn State, but I got caught stealing a car and was sentenced to 4 years at the state pen. While I was there, I was only stabbed once. Well, twice if you count the one time in the dining room with the fork. It was over a dispute with another inmate who was going to get the highest grades. I'll never forget graduation day. After we received our diplomas, we all threw our handcuffs into the air at the same time. I felt so proud. A friend of mine who's 78 got one of those life alerts in case you fall or something, and they monitor you. One day he got mugged when he was walking in the park by 3 hoodlums. This went on for about a minute. The monitor center thought he fell down 10 flights of stairs. Another time he was having rough sex with his girlfriend, and the monitor center thought he was having a massive coronary. Anyway, it sucks getting old. I mean, you know you're getting old when you're standing in line at the bank and you hear someone say, I think he's dead. You know you're getting old when you're being chased by a police cadaver dog. And you know you're getting old when you're playing fetch with your dog and he digs a hole and tries to bury you in it. You know you're getting old when you hear your neighbor say to your wife, when's the funeral? You know you're getting old when you find out your wife cashed in the life insurance policy a month ago. You know you're getting old when you're reading the obituary in the Sunday paper and you see your picture. And you know when you're getting old when you're pulled over by the police and they call the coroner to establish the time of death. Yeah, it sucks getting old. Thanks for calling in. You're on the hotline. Go ahead. Sir, you're on the hotline. It sounds like you need a hearing aid.
Who the hell is this?
My name is Dirty Harry. Do you have a problem?
We get together and have a drink. We can talk about that.
Listen, if you're some kind of crackhead, there's a law against that, you know.
What are you talking about?
I said it's against the law to take drugs.
What in the law is crazy?
Well, look, do you have some kind of a hobby you could keep your mind off things?
I play the piano.
Well, how about books or writing? Do you know any poetry?
I married a little lamb as fleece was white as snow.
Well, is there anything you'd like to talk about? I mean, are you having any thoughts of suicide?
Not me, no. You're the one who wants to get yourself killed, not me.
Sir, let me ask you, do you own a gun? Sir, to be honest with you, I don't know if there's really anything we can do to help you.
How much of the shit do I have to listen to?
Sir, you don't have to get upset. I mean, do you believe in an afterlife?
I don't put a lot of stock in it.
Well, let me ask you, sir, is there anything you believe in?
Stop this cockamamie shit now, will you?
Have you ever thought that maybe you have a rendezvous with destiny?
A rendezvous with my ass, motherfucker.
Well, why don't you try talking to a psychologist?
Okay.
Look, I think you have low self-esteem. When you look in the mirror, what do you see him as?
You look more like a sack of shit and a cheap suit to me.
Honestly, sir, I don't think we're really getting anywhere here today. I think you should probably just try to get yourself laid.
How much of the shit do I have to listen to?
Okay, that's enough. I've been trying to be nice to you, but in all this confusion, I can't remember if I told 5 jokes or 6. And seeing this is a 44 Maxi, the most powerful hairdryer in the world, and it'll blow dry your scalp clean off, you gotta ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
You better pray I don't find you, prick.
Okay, well, I think I've heard enough listening to these calls. It could drive a person to suicide. Thanks for joining us on the hotline. So always remember that life is short. And don't kill yourself by working yourself to death just to stay alive.